Okay, now the chrono is very dangerous. It is very, very dangerous. You can't pick the Knicks on the other side, given that Fantastic Five already have it, and their team fight is looking really, really strong. Their laning phase is also very powerful, and Faceless Void is one of those heroes that the puck really hates playing against. You also have the OD on your side, so some really nice counters on the side of Fantastic Five for the heroes. So they have picks, and with those picks, they have deny picks as well for the side of Nemiga. I'm liking how they're doing this, and they're actually the ones adapting, and it's not Nemiga, who are pretty much doing the same thing they did in game number 1.
Well, Nemiga, if they do decide to look for the Night Stalker here, how would they finish off their draft with the last pick carry, especially for Kirtich? Because right now, his hero pool has been targeted pretty heavily here, when the Faceless Void has already been secured for Fantastic Five and for Realm. So what do you think? If we have Vazia on OD in the offlane, you say Lifestealer is an option, but should they just pick their carry here? Or maybe, does Monkey King work against OD?
Well, we talked about it in the first game. It's okay. It's also a hero that builds into a BKB early on. The problem I see here for Nemiga is that they don't have a clear frontliner. If they would pick their offlaner right now, which is a fat frontliner, then I would be okay within Monkey King position 1, just because they commit onto the frontliner. There's a Wukong's command around him, and that's the best possible way for the Monkey King to fight. But
a fat
Nemiga,
liner.
they'll probably get a... Ooh, okay.
Well, that's the answer
That's
to the
a
chrono.
save for the chrono.
Yeah.
And
Chrono
it is
save.
a potential offlaner that goes well with the Monkey King position 4 as well.
Have they played this Vengeful before? Is this just a pure situational pick here? Because I don't think I see... Vanscore is the only one who's played Venge, so if that's a 5 Venge... He's also got the Bane in there, so I don't know. That could actually be a pos 3 Venge. As I said, it could be offlane. Looking for the Aghanims build too. So if you have the Aghanims on the Venge, you can save your ally, you can still die in the Chrono, and you're still back in action with your second life. So I would like to see pos 3 Venge here, like you said.
Yeah,
And the sniper ban.
it would be amazing. it would be amazing. Yeah, sniper ban because it did so well. Actually, it did do well for Nemiga in the first game. It just so happens that the Nyx assassin found him way too many times, and I think Nemiga would be prepared for it this time around. They also ban out the Naga Siren, which really they don't have too much to deal with illusion, so the tanky illusion based hero wouldn't be too great for them without the Naga, without the TB. The PL is something that the Faceless Void actually can deal with. And now they ban out the heroes that are good against the puck. Fantastic Five could still go for something like a DK in this game, just to give them some more tower push. And look at Nemiga, this time around they wouldn't have the damage to deal with it.
Right, yeah, I mean, they could go for the DK. I do like the idea behind it. The tower push extra, the tankiness provided, the extra control too, which they kind of need. A secondary target to kind of also force out the Fiend script from the Bane. And you have a lot of stuns in your team too, so this makes Bane's life harder. You have another tool against the puck. And controlling the Monkey King, and there we have it. There's the DK.
And this now kind of dissuades you from the Wraith King. Wraith King is, you know, naturally good against the Faceless Void, but I've seen VT Faded win with the Faceless Void against Wraith King so many times.
What about
in another region? Southeast
what
Asia.
about the safe lane TA now with this Faceless Void?
5 seconds remain.
It's still physical damage, and
It
OD
is, but
Faceless Void
TA
and
beats
DK.
Void 100 times over and over again. Void can't break the shield, and you don't have that quick burst to follow up, except Snap can burn ticks off of the refraction shield, but I see TA working really well here.
Yeah, she does look pretty solid. It would be a tempo game for Nemiga. Definitely, they would need to hit those timings. And considering that they're the dire side, it's dangerous to do so. The TA doesn't kill the Roche as fast as the Ursa. So Ursa is okay on the dire side, but the TA, it's hard to make this hero work. It does have synergy with the rest of Nemiga though, and they do need a tempo hero to go with these 4. But they go for the Wraith King.
Go Wraith King. Okay. All right. Our final drafts for the series are here, with Fantastic Five, Vazia returning with the OD, Malrine bringing out the DK, something that Nemiga has been playing throughout the series, and now he will get to show the power of this hero. Kirtich with the Wraith King. Whose DMs are you sliding into, Harry Freak? I hope you say mine.
Okay.
Which team do you think is going to win?
I think Fantastic Five. I like their draft more. Usually, I would be in the Raid King pool against the Faces Void, but as I said, in Southeast Asia, I watched a lot of those games, and I've seen Faces Voids win against the Raid Kings. Also, this time around, Nemiga, they have some damage issues,
5 seconds
but
remain.
unlike what happened in the previous game, in the ultra late game, they are not stronger. So you have damage issues in the mid game, and the laning phase is pretty solid for Fantastic Five, which means they could completely overtake this game, and that is something that you should be afraid. In the previous match, we had these are good in the laning phase, these are good in the mid game, these could win the late game, and then there's no two parts of the game that are together good for a team. But here on Fantastic Five, they have a good start, they have solid early mid game to take down towers with the OD and the DK, they have good spells to get pickoffs left and right, and then there's just this timing for Nemiga Gaming around the 25-minute mark that they can hit with the Raid King, where they're actually stronger until they have the Axe on the Vengeful Spirit, the items on the Raid King, some items on the Puck. They're going to be in so much trouble. And then when the late game comes, 35-40 minutes, the Faces Void is just going to be such a problem for these four heroes. Look at them. They all want to spam spells, and against the time dilation, that just doesn't happen.
Yeah, right, exactly. This laning stage is going to decide quite a lot, but it hasn't always dictated the end of the game, as we have seen several turnarounds as the laning stages come to an end. Which of these teams is more hungrier for the victory? They both know what is at stake on this series, and also the course for the rest of their DPC tour. Number 1, slowly coming to an end out of the 8 series that are remaining. This is the first one out of those. We have 4 more series played out during the course of this week. V Gaming versus Bait on Thursday, Gambit versus Hydra on Friday, along with Windstrike versus CIS Rejects. And on Sunday, Fantastic Five take on Bait. Even if that is 7th versus 8th currently on the leaderboards for Division 2, you would want to watch that series. It might be super fun to watch, but it's also a decider. Can Bait pull off an upset? Will they ruin Fantastic Five's chances of the possible tiebreakers and keep them out, or keep them in even? We'll see if that is the thing to cause. And then, of course, Week 6 on the 17th, Nemiga Gambit. 20th, Hydra versus CIS Rejects, and Windstrike versus V Gaming on the 21st. And on the 23rd, if we have tiebreakers, at least that's what I have read on the schedule so far. So we're still far away from that. Anything is possible. But we're just telling you the harsh, cold, and true facts as they are. Obviously, with a bit of flair, a bit of magic in the air, you know. I always love to root for underdogs. I, most of the time, want to see that tournament magic happen, because we don't have playoffs. It's just a group stage, and then it's done.
Yeah, that's why the tiebreakers are needed, to kind of put that little spark on the end of the league, especially in Division 2, when we know that the teams aren't really going forward, they're not going to the majors, and we just want to see some head-to-head, especially if it's for going into Division 1, because we know that those teams are really gonna have a hard time in the second part of the DPC once they get there.
Evan's already got Jingu stacks up on Realm. Good stuff for the Monkey King. He's got himself quite a lot of time to work with those.
This bottom lane is very important for Nemiga. The Vengeful Spirit doesn't catch up that easily. So you want to have a really good start, get the treads, continue pressuring, and get a solid timing for your Axe. That's between 15 and 17 minutes would be a pretty good timing. And that will be amazing for Nemiga, though a little bit more realistic is to expect it around the 20 minutes. So Nemiga, they really need to focus on Chosen One having a good lane. If this goes bad, it's going to be a tough one, not only for him, but for the Monkey King as well.
Minecraft, Malrine trading in some hits here with the DK, obviously taking those early hits. As Puck is enjoying this as it is. We've seen this matchup already before, where the Puck is capable of dropping the DK low, but never actually getting the kill. Same with the Quap, with the Scream leveling. Can deal a lot of damage, but you can't kill the hero.
Malrine kind of dropping the ball here. Against the Puck, you should be doing quite well. You have more damage, you have better animation. a melee hero. Now when he has Dragon's Blood 2 points in it, he should be starting to apply more pressure, though. Usually the DK, when he becomes a problem for the puck, is when he's level 4, because you can actually get the kill if the puck isn't being careful. Bottom lane, though. Okay, everything will be fine.
Yep, pretty calm start, at least in terms of trading hits and abilities wherever they can. That Snapfire still holding on to her second ability. Does she want to go for the Scatter Blast? Or do we see the Cookie come out, which is usually the one you pair up with Lil Shredder, and that's exactly what Granny does. Minus armor while the stun is applied. They're going to turn around. Cookie's available. Might have to use it. Just use it defensively. Use it on the Face's point, actually, this time. The salve is up
nice
and running
healing
and
salve.
ticking. They do get the heal out on the Snapfire. Is it enough? Realm 7 HP. Not enough to kill the Monkey King. Very close to getting it, too. And surprisingly, look at Face's Void's build. No jump.
Yeah, he just wanted the kill there. He got the time dilation because he wanted the kill on Chosen One, and for the Monkey King, obviously, it's not gonna help him that much.
Yeah.
Just one spell for now.
A difference maker there at least. CS 9 for the Venge, 9 for the Void. With all that fighting going on, a couple last hits were missed. Nothing too special here going in mid. It's our standard situation. Rolling out Kiritich at 16, Vazia at 12. Steady progress towards the Meteor Hammer. And this is something that we didn't actually talk about at all, which is the Wraith King versus OD matchup, where OD struggles against skeletons. You have no way to deal with them.
Yeah, you don't do anything against them, though then again, you do have 7 armor. So that does help you a bit, and now with the Ring of Health coming out, the OD will be fine. Though, on the other hand, the Wraith King will be staying quite okay here. The problem is that the Bane has to stay at the lane at all times, or will he be fine? Not really, and that's gonna be the, not really the first blood, but at least the creeps finish off the Wraith King.
Yeah, so first blood is split between the OD and the Nyx Assassin. Snapfire, yeah, he stole the bounty rune. He walked straight up to the tower. Did not see where the puck was, because Einkrad was missing out of the lane, so easily could have been puck getting himself a free kill. Didn't want that to happen. And also now going to be able to get that water rune to fill the bottle even. Fulfill the destiny of the bottle.
What a mistake from Realm.
Okay.
That was such a huge mistake.
You want to talk us through?
Yeah, he thought he was gonna get the kill on the Monkey King with a few bashes, and he thought that he could stay there long enough. Monkey King had 3 Jingus on him, and the Chosen One Vengeful Spirit was coming over. She just gets the stun off, he gets the 4th one with the Boundless Strike, they get a kill. And even the creeps come in, but I don't think the damage from the Satyr Tormentor really made any kind of a difference to Realm. Just no reason for him to lose his life there. And we talked about the Venge, that she needs a good lane. The kills on the Faceless Void are definitely gonna contribute to that.
5 minutes now filled. Faceless Void suffering a death and having the least CS on the board. Only 14 last hits. Not the best start for Fantastic 5 in terms of their carry. But this Void can easily start ramping up and farm. He just needs to be farming. That's pretty much the big thing for him. Going with the Mask of Madness. See if he decides to build something alongside that. Like, for example, a Maelstrom can be useful. He wants to build into potential Mjolnir later on. Get that extra attack speed. More bashes, more damage. That's what they always say. Still some time away.
They won this X Factor lane, the one that could have gone either way, and that's very important for them, the Vengeful Spirit and the Monkey King. And this is a big thing. This is something that's gonna allow them to get that early Aghanim's onto the Chosen One, and actually allow the rotations to come towards the bottom lane as well, especially when Kiritich is ready to leave the top lane and go towards the bottom lane. That's really big.
Malrine, he's doing the same thing here again with the DK form. Oh, Nyx Assassin killed by the coil. With the rotation from Vanskor, he helped off the damage from the puck, and also Heaven rotates the mid to take away the action rune. That is a sad DK.
I have to say, Einkrad really outdid himself, and we saw in the first game on the puck that he did quite well. This is such a good difference in terms of net worth against the DK. Sometimes we even see pucks going down, because if you make a mistake with your
yeah, it's gonna get jumped on in the bot lane. Minus armor with the jump on top, very low on HP with a quick burst. There's also the Boundless Strike coming in. Realm coming from the back, and again, a heal up from the Snapfire. Minus armor on the Venge. Venge is down, and forcing Heaven back in. Heaven doesn't have the damage required with the Jingus, the slow from the Scatter Blast. That one value point for the slow, the jump in front. Monkey King can't get that jump. That Primal Spring's not going to be available. The bash in mid-attack animation. Cookie stun, and outplayed! Outplayed to the end, Locas and Realm. What a play in the end. The Void and the Snapfire gets so much out of that. That was crazy, Harry.
Yeah, it definitely is. Nemiga, they allowed themselves to get into a position where they could be outplayed, but Fantastic Five, they played that amazingly well. Nemiga, after you win a lane like that with a hero that actually needs that first item, you want to be a little bit more passive, but they got greedy. They really got greedy. They're like, he doesn't have the chrono just yet. Let's punish him, and in the end, it just goes badly. But top Marine TP is in. This is a good TP with so many stuns.
Oh, but he walks in Vanscore. Vanscore tries to get the Nightmare, and he does. They're going to take it away with Deira. He's getting body blocked by Marine, and again another Nightmare, but they do get the DK. Stun with the Dragon Tail, and Kirtich should look to go down. Despite the hardships, they finally get it done. Vanscore, he's got 4 stick charges for a Brain Sap, but he does not have enough to get that Nightmare because it is on cooldown, and that is a glyph used. Meteor Hammer soaking up damage on the glyph, but that's 2 kills in favor for Fantastic Five. And right now, Nemiga, they're hunting for a Faceless Void in the jungle, but he's already level 6. He has Chrono for protection.
This is why the DK is so good against the Puck, is because the Puck can't push, so DK can do whatever he wants, but the rotation from Nemiga, it's gonna be amazing right now.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's a big brawl. Kirtich, oh, he just bit in. He's dead again. Malrine does get traded as a response. Deira, nowhere to go, nowhere to run. Gonna have to forfeit his life in the end. But we're gonna see a walk of shame from the Wraith King, because he did TP in to die again.
I don't know if he walks again towards the top lane. That tower, it seems like it's gonna go out. So Kirtich, I think he just goes into the jungle a little bit before he maybe tries to take the bottom tier 1 himself. But I like this one for Nemiga. They really got the best out of a bad situation. The top lane was gone. Does the Puck have the phase shift? No.
Nope, he is
He has a silence.
I was thinking about him going maybe towards the to the jungle as he is. We're looking at some showcase view. Wraith King there for a second, admiring the King's sword. Sword is that again? The Blood Shard, yeah. The good old Bloodstone shards that were given when Dota 2 is still in beta. Remember giving those to any buddies?
Nope.
I sent a few of those.
I'm more of a taker, you know. If you want to send me any gifts, that's fine as well.
Okay, alright. So. You're talking to me about my birthday present. Feel free to surprise me with something.
Sure, of course.
Sadly, it is during the DPC break. I wonder what's going to be happening in the second tour as well, but I don't want to get too ahead of it, so I must live in the moment and enjoy this. Oh, look at the chrono baits. There we go. Finally cast out. Snapfire ult.
He might actually die anyways.
Oh, yeah, not going anywhere. Tough position to be in, but still, Fantastic Five looking for revenge. Nice stun from Heaven in the back, and Fantastic Five are just end up kited here. Alive. Puck is living with 100 HP. Orb to the side will disappear. They will get Vanscore, but they lost the Void for it, and a lot of time spent just chasing around. Meanwhile, Wraith King has been hitting creeps in the jungle, and looking at the net worth too, things are evening up.
And not only that, Nemiga, they did burn through the entire DK form without the tower falling. They still have the Meteor Hammer, but the Pound of Strike should stop that one. And this means that their mid tower will be surviving for at least another minute. And that is a big thing. That's what Nemiga wanted to accomplish here, and they did so perfectly.
Yeah, Heaven really wants to drop that Monkey King ulti. And yeah. Well, at these levels, don't really have the best cast range on any of these heroes, so hard to grab anyone. You didn't even have Boundless Strike off a cooldown, so I don't necessarily see the reason there behind that. Now they can just free roam, look for somebody. Vanscore runs into Snapfire. Did they see Deira? I think Vanscore might have caught a quick glimpse. Well, did he walk in it?
Yeah, for a second it went red.
So it was a quick glimpse. Sorry. Yeah. But that tower still being sieged up. TP coming in from mid, and that's going to be Einkrat. Clark has coil ready. Going to use it. Bales. He instantly pops it as well. Bound strike has been used. Cookie save, pushing him to safety. And Malrine comes in for the other side. Misclick.
I think he missed the hotkey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a head bonk. Yeah, so he tried
I'm gonna turn into a pig. Yeah, it's not really.
Yeah, it's randomly like well, okay. All right, that just happened. Fiend Script's gonna be there too. Fan score not gonna get the full duration out of it. Tower kill into 2 kills. That has to be the best pig bait in a while.
Yeah, it's for sure what he
People just start dying. Yeah, people just start dying when he turns to pig, obviously. Double bash on the Chosen One. Difficulties getting away. Malrine is now close enough for the Dragon Tail stun. It's going to be there. One piece of axe built, but being slowed down as Vazia is credited with this kill. Triple net worth lead for Fantastic 5 now.
Yeah, and I don't like what Nemiga are doing in a sense how they're using their Raid King. He's the one that had the best laning stage of all. He's the one topping the network chart, at least when it comes to cores of Nemiga, and he's not showing up to push the bottom tower. If that bottom tower doesn't die, Nemiga's map is gonna get very, very slow, which means that this Vengeful Spirit, who has two parts of the Aghanim Scepter, isn't gonna have anywhere to hit creeps and get that Ags up, and that is a problem. That is your timing, where Nemiga actually becomes strong enough so that they can run in. And even if he gets it once the towers are down, it's a problem. And now Nemiga, they're just bleeding kills all around the map.
Fantastic 5 happy to take a random Wandering Bane in this mid lane for a quick pick off. Dara also gets to pick up some farm in the top lane. Skeletons slowly chewing that tower down, but not doing enough damage. It's just a small posse. Now with a triple smoke from Fantastic 5 towards the mid lane. This is a risky attempt if they want to dive under the tier 2, even with a Chronosphere. Their bot tower is falling. They see Einkrat. They see maybe the Monkey King. And this smoke, it's about to expire in about 15 seconds. So they're on full speed to find someone. If they don't... Oh, look at that. They're gonna collapse. And the Chrono.
Oh no, it's a disaster. Okay, they're gonna cancel Mortimer's kisses.
Well, that is the work of the gods, but is it enough? Einkrat with the turnaround, with the coil. They've got the Raid King once. Realm jumps out. Vazia on the back lines. And look at that, the couriers are walking in. And here comes the Meteor Hammer on top of the Raid King. He is going to lose a second life. Heritage loses his courier. Einkrat is killed. Nemiga, despite a small turnaround, unable to get the whole job done, and no teleport cancel is available. Prison's still on cooldown. It still ends up going for Fantastic 5. Just gotta admire the work of this realm. I mean, honestly, you could say anything at that point. What a beautiful Chrono. We still got Malrine inside it. The Snapfire ulti gets cancelled. It was fairly easy for Nemiga to cancel it, but 3 kills and none lost. 4 kills, actually, even because they got the Raid King, yeah.
Yeah, they burned through the reincarnation. Now Nemiga are gonna be forcing the bottom tower. They know without the spells, Fantastic 5 are gonna give that one up. I have to say, Fantastic 5, I expected a cleaner fight to come out from them. Just because with that smoke, you just always go towards the bottom lane.
Yep. Yes, they do. That's exactly what they do. Stuns all for days onto Vazia. And the swap as well onto Lopez. 5 heroes used into the bot lane for Nemiga to secure themselves 2 quick kills. And that's
this was fast from Nemiga, but I don't think it was that fast for Fantastic 5 not to expect it. So they do give 2 kills on top of the tower. But as I was saying, that smoke from Fantastic 5, I kind of was like, why do they want to go towards the mid lane? The bottom lane having their tower, it's a perfect smoke towards there. And finally, they do decide it's the best possible move. A little bit late, but still, they win a fight. And Kiritich, he finally goes to that bottom lane again and takes down the tower. But it's 16 minutes in. But at least the stars are starting to align for them a bit. The gold lead isn't that huge. And Nemiga are still around the 20-minute mark, gonna be able to play this game.
Nemiga applying some pressure into bot, but at the same time, Fantastic 5 making a bold move with the haste rune. They spotted Vanscore, doesn't quite get the stun off, but with a follow-up from the Dragon form, we'll get the Dragon Tail to connect onto Vanscore. Einkrat holding onto the tower, still in the spot lane, trying to set up on Vazia, and Heaven really wants to drop down that Wukong's command. Forcing out the glyph.
You know, one thing we haven't touched upon is that Fantastic 5, they have 2 Midases, and Nemiga, they've only taken 1 tower, which means they're gonna be controlling the bottom part of the map. And if they want to go on top and protect the Roche, they're gonna be losing farm as well. Fantastic 5, they can go into a stalemate for as long as they want, and they're gonna be completely fine with these Midases. And this is the thing. This is why Realm went so hard in using those chronos earlier on. In the early stages of the game, you use the chrono, even if it doesn't result in a kill, it doesn't matter. You just want to use it on cooldown. And when time passes, then you want to save it for as long as possible and fight without it. Use it at when you have to, just to turn the fight around completely. And that's why you go for a Midas, so you can just go in and out, and still be getting more farm than the enemy. So I'm liking that they went for the double Midas here on the side of Fantastic 5.
Exactly. That's exactly what you want to do. It's put your ulti on cooldown, make some damage being dealt there, cause some attention, force Nemiga to really pay attention to what's going on, even if it's not the world's best chrono, because those are the ones we're going to be seeing later on, the single target chronos for a big value target. Those high opportunities on big values of interest. Basically, these are the ones that you want to use your chrono on, like say for example, you see a puck somewhere, and puck is being split pushing for a while. If you catch him in a chrono, totally worth it. Right now they're just happy with the DK stun, and the Einkrad, he's still gonna burn alive. Script is gonna be there, but the instant cancel comes out from Vasia. Still, this DK living through it. Swap comes out, and the damage from Kyrgyz is just not gonna be enough. They just don't have it. They can't kill him. He's turning around with the DK form. Heaven is coming in from the back too. Double kill for Malrine. Vasia inside with the vessel. He gets the save with the prison for a bit longer. They thought the guy died already. Now Kyrgyz is gonna fall. The buyback coming in from the Bane. They will lose the Wraith King. Bane is running. He's somewhere so far away. Vanskor trying to get there, but there's the chrono onto the Wraith King. Fantastic 5 will take an entire squad with them, and that's an ultra kill for Malrine. Vasia takes Vanskor in between, denying the rampage, but Fantastic 5, massive roll again from them.
It all started with the puck being caught. I don't think Nemiga wanted to fight that much in the top lane, and they shouldn't, because the top lane is not a good spot for them to fight Realm. It's just gonna have so many angles to go in with the good chrono, and if you're not smoked up with your heroes, that's a problem. But Nemiga, they wanted to push out that lane to kind of keep tabs on where Fantastic 5 are, but that's when the DK comes in. He's not just a counter to the puck in the laning phase, he counters him throughout the game, just because of the instant stun. 3 seconds, more than enough for them to finish off the puck. And now even with the Roche, Fantastic 5 are in such a dominant position right now, and Nemiga, they hit their timings with an axe on the Vengeful Spirit. They have to fight, but 7k gold deficit, Aegis in hand, Fantastic 5, they might actually win a fight right now, which would be disastrous.
Well, they spotted Lopez in the trees. Blink coming in from Kyrgyz. They will find a Snapfire with this smoke. It's something. It's not the best pickoff they looked for. If they can get this tower, maybe get a bit of a roll going on, force Fantastic 5 to be scattered. Monkey King has been also found in the trees. He jumps right into the creep wave. Lives to buy some time, but the rest of the squad, they just spread it out. Malrine pushing top, Nyx Assassin making sure bottom is not being in front of the tower, because Nemiga is already making their way towards bottom to face that tower, and Nyx, well, you're dead.
Oh, he gets the spike carapace off.
Finally ends up going down. Realm in between, looking at heavy damage onto Einkrad, and Puck baited in for that. Fiend's Grip onto Vasia. Vanskor gets a free one. Realm is going to be interrupting that, though. Vasia does get taken down. Bane about to fall. Chosen One at 1 HP. Malrine finally finishes the top, but that is also the Axe, so he will respawn back into the fight. Heaven jumping onto Malrine's DK. DKB still available. Will pop it right now. Monkey King getting bashed up on the spot, and that's a couple bashes from Realm. That looked like a quad bash almost, and another ultra kill for Malrine. That's twice in a row.
It's not intentional, but it's perfect for Fantastic 5 that he's getting all the kills. You have 2 guys with Midases who don't really care about if they get kills or not, and then you have this guy who, if he uses form for pushing the towers, he's not going to be getting any farm, and then he just gets all the kills. Now topping the network chart, has everything he needs, and he's the one that needs to be in front, that is going to be soaking up everything. I have to say, Nemiga, that's them getting so much out of a bad situation. And, okay, Chosen One, he just spawned on his illusion, died again.
Yep, and looks to be going down again. Dara's got the stun onto this Vengeful Spirit illusion. Solar Crest debuff applied, and Nyx finally gets the last right click in to evaporate that illusion out of the way. Realm is hunting in mid. And that's Aincred. Possibility for a Chrono is there. Vazia walks in. Silence is going to be there. The jump comes out, but the Chrono's going to be there, and he doesn't even get catched by the coil. The stun for the Boundless Strike going to be there, but Puck still 30 HP. 30 HP with a follow-up from Realm, with the slow from the time dilation being enough. And they've caught the Puck, and Fantastic 5, that's the kill they look for. The Chrono on the Puck. 20 minutes in, that is starting to look like a very good solo Chrono. Realm forcing Nemiga's teleports by standing right next to that tower, not really revealing himself, but at that time they saw him the whole time. Lopez moved in. Do they have any save? Vazia with the prison at least. Done onto the Wraith King. Malrine to follow up with another DK. Dragon Tail out of mana right now. Finally gets it out, and he's just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and just right-click his way through this one. Realm with the Aegis, already taken down to half HP. He's got the jump, and he only gets a bit of healing for himself. The Spirit Vessel applied as well from Heaven. He's got another charge, but chasing into these is going to be difficult. So let them slide, and we called for a pause from a Nemiga as well. Wraith King, so low anyway that he would not have joined in this fight despite the disconnect and the pause. So they're just gonna reset.
Yeah, I have to say, Fantastic 5, they are doing everything perfectly, right? I don't like, per se, that the Snapfire is dying, but this is what you want to do. We don't have our Chrono. We don't necessarily want to fight, but we want to force out spells from the enemies. And Nemiga are so far behind right now that they have to use their spells to survive, to even engage in a fight that you're probably going to lose anyways, but let's at least not try to get destroyed inside of our tier 2 tower, right? So overall, you force out all of their spells, and Nemiga now, they don't have anything to fight with. They don't have the Wukong's command, they use their swap, they use their coil as well, and sure, they're gonna have it in 20 seconds, but that's just gonna give more time for the Chrono to come up, and it wouldn't surprise me if Fantastic 5 continue to pressure, because with this kind of an approach, you're not allowing the Puck to split push, you're not allowing the Wraith King to farm, and he went for a Blink Dagger, thinking that he could fight. That thing that happened on the top lane, that is what kind of destroyed Nemiga completely, the Puck getting caught and everyone just TPing in. That is why when, let's say, a tier 1 team is playing, they say we don't fight on top no matter what it is, and then even if the Puck let's say, says help because he has been caught, everyone just ignores it because they know that on the top lane that's going to be a bad fight. But Nemiga, they got pulled into that idea of saving their teammate, and they're in such a bad spot just because of it.
Right, so one thing I do kind of want to highlight at this point, when we're actually seeing Fantastic 5, the group, the team in the 7th place of this division, closer and closer to a victory. It's nothing is for sure. Please don't take my words wrong. But for some of the viewers who haven't been watching the situation, if Fantastic 5 ends up winning this series, they have a good chance at actually pushing them all the way to potentially 5th place if they beat Bait on their next game, meaning that either Gambit or Nemiga is going to get eliminated from the groups because they're playing against each other in their next series. That's the last one for Nemiga. If they lose this one, they lose the series against Gambit. It's down to, does Fantastic 5 beat Bait or not? If Bait wins Fantastic 5, we see a tiebreaker. If Fantastic 5 wins Bait, Nemiga drops out of Division 2. That's the situation right now, and it's starting to crawl into those players' minds, knowing that this series is a must-win too, to at least avoid the threat of Fantastic 5 just bypassing them completely in points. And would that be a start of a drama?
Yeah, it definitely would be. And when we got into 2022, we probably thought, okay, Fantastic 5 and Bait, the ones most likely to get out. But Fantastic 5, they did win some games against good teams. So what they were lacking in was consistency. We talked about it. This was the first series in the DPC Division 2, where they won map 1. So definitely goes to show that it's doing a lot for their confidence right now. Maybe they just play well every other map, you know. So when they win the first map, then it's a surefire victory. And they have delayed the time for long enough for them to get the Chrono back, and now it's time to fight.
And Heaven is in a perfect position. He's gonna pop every single smoke, and now Fantastic 5 realize they have been spotted. They have been scouted. Puck ready to go for the Blink Coil. They're all stacked up right next to the Creep Wave, but again, doesn't go in. There was a chance for a 4-man coil. There's a gem on the DK, which you do have to keep an eye open for. Vazia is the only one smoked up, going for the very long wraparound. Dire Scan used, Radiant Scan, both all have been expended. Another smoke, and now Nemiga smoking up as well. Do they leave the safety of their vision advantage off of this cliff? They don't know. They don't see them. They're both blind currently. They don't actually now. Only Vazia is the one to be seen. They see the OD, and it's Kyrgyz in the river. Kyrgyz goes for the blink, and then Vazia brings onto the high ground. He goes for the stun with the DK. They've got the everything right where they want them to be. Inkra goes into the silence onto the Nyx Assassin. They're going to take down the Rake of Versa Heaven, going down with the Wukong's command. They've got Nyx Assassin taking a lot of damage in the back line, but there's the Chrono coming out as well. But the Fiend Script onto the face is forward, and Vanscore gets the full duration out as well. The BKB's been burned completely. Realm goes down. Nemiga able to take down the kill. Rano Dragon Knight, he is held inside the Nightmare. Vazia is low HP, and Nemiga's gonna win this one. They're scattering out unless they've got something up their sleeve. Vazia in trouble and taken down. DK on the run, Dira on the run. Vanscore uninterrupted with that full duration Fiend Script. Burns out the Chrono duration, burns out the BKB duration. Malrine, that's a big streak also on this DK, about to be given to Team Nemiga. Unless he gets out. The swap will cancel it, and now the Snapfire walks in. Nyx Assassin also going to TP in to take this fight, at least under the tower, onto the Wraith King. Wraith King low on HP. Another orb connecting onto Malrine. Malrine will be taken down, and a heavy price for Fantastic 5 as this Snapfire is going to be dropping down too. And they even lose Deira in the end, making it a team wipe plus a dieback from Deira on top of it. Talk about throwing a 10,000 gold lead down the drain or into the wind. Nemiga's back in the game.
And a perfect start to the fight. I think that Realm here, he had tunnel vision. This is the problem. He had tunnel vision of, I need to chrono the Wraith King that is coming back instead of just chronoing anyone and killing them. If you kill a hero there, you kill, let's say, a Bane, the fight is over. Nemiga have lost it completely, but they killed the Wraith King once without the chrono. He's waiting for him. He does chrono him. He gets
they waited Chosen One. They waited for him to respawn on the illusion to get another kill off of him. But yeah. That Monkey King.
That happens the second time. Realm, he might die again
No, Realm. You're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. Oh, that's how quickly a game can change. Nemiga just took 10,000 net worth back to a stalemate and a tie situation, but it's not really even a tie. Nemiga's going to take racks with this. Buyback can even be forced out off of the OD with that.
Oh, when you said Nemiga is getting into their heads, I was like, okay, these guys, they might actually make some mistakes right now, but they played two fights out of their minds.
They did, exactly. Huge plays coming out. They get the tier 3 tower. Nightmare to keep the Snapfire away. Right, the Monkey King, that's a support. That's dropping very low. They're looking for the Nyx Assassin. They've got the Snap too. And DK, he's being held in the Fiend Script. Very tanky target though. Does get to use his BKB and is able to move around unfazed in these trees as this DK continues to fly around. But still, Nemiga, nobody lost. Nobody lost. And a reincarnation back up on this Wraith King. Talking about, yeah, exactly, getting in out of their heads. But Nemiga is now showing the perseverance and the talent and the skill thanks to what? One good Fiend Script from Vanscore again, and the whole situation's upside down.
That was just that play was beautiful, but it also came down to Fantastic 5. That chrono placement, it didn't allow anyone to come and help the Faceless Void. That is why they lost the fight. Just a perfect swap. There were 3 people in a chrono on Nemiga, and they still win a fight because there's no one attacking him, not even the Faceless Void himself. And now they smell blood. They want to go for more, but what they want to get the most is, of course, the vision and prepare for the next Roche. If they get it, if there's 3 lives, that is a big problem. Fantastic 5, they will need to get out of their base. That's why they're going for a smoke.
And Realm with BKB, he's got the chrono ready, but those smokes are popping. Do they know about this? They've got a scan, but they don't see any targets. Now they do. It's going to get stunned up. The Battle Strike coming out as well, but the prison save is going to be there from Vazia, and now might just be able to be saving this Wraith King for this Voiceless Void for a bit longer, but they're all spread it out right now, and the BKB duration is also being burnt around. Realm is moving in. Vazia's already taken down. Realm is still getting kited. This Faceless Void is not going to hit anybody right now. Faceless Void, it's looking very bad for Fantastic 5, and Nemiga forcing out another buyback, this time from Lopez.
I mean,
what do you say, Harry?
Playing so beautifully. They're playing so beautifully on the side of Nemiga. We talked about them having 1 point in the game, where their lineup could be stronger than the side of Fantastic Five around the 30-minute mark. And they hit those timings perfectly. They win 2 big fights, and they're so much stronger at this point. They're so good at taking Roche as well, and Fantastic Five again coming in with 3 heroes. This is something that Nemiga might not expect, that look at Heaven in just a perfect spot again. Mortimer's Kisses, they will reveal that Roche is gone.
Yep. And they get the kill for it. It's a snatch for Heritage, and Realm is gone. Realm's just gone. Might have to buy back for Chosen One, even giving you the tip for this Faceless Void. It all came apart for Fantastic Five. Everything was going so well. Not in this team fight, but for the last 25-ish minutes. This last 5 minutes has been an absolute nightmare. Provided by Bane.
Yep, provided by Bane, and really those Fiend's grips onto the Faceless Void have been on point. Nemiga communicating so well between them. Chosen One being like, I'm swapping him to you, I'm swapping him to you, and he gets him every single time. That's a second lane of Rax. Fantastic Five, they might have this team fight lineup, but they just can't get the team fight running. And Kurtish now,
it's all over.
He's gonna be squashing.
It's all over for them. It doesn't look like they have the fight left in them. Fantastic Five, they've given so much away to Nemiga. And now it's a triple Wraith King life that they need to work through. Fights have been good for them. The last 6 minutes has not favored them, has not been on their side. Lady Fortuna has said no to Fantastic Five, and Nemiga are back in this game. Imagine, like, if we go all the way back in time, where Fantastic Five won their first map in the first time in any series they played so far in this DPC tour, into losing the second game, almost winning that one too, just not quite landing their timing against the Terrorblade. And now this third game, it's a repeat from game 2. They had full control, and they've lost it. And again, playing from behind.
I just don't want them to get their spirits down, because Fantastic Five, this is such a big improvement on their side. We can see that there's a lot of potential in this lineup. They know what they need to do, but there's just a little bit of communication, a little bit of tunnel vision that's going their way that is losing the games. So I think that they're still doing well. We could see it in game 1. They won. In the previous one, they were still leading. Looked like they were gonna win. They lost. And in the third one, they couldn't close it out as well. But again, they were playing a better game than Nemiga.
That's again a thing about Division 2. The magic strikes again. You make one mistake, you pay a lot of it. Aincrad, he's not afraid. Dives the backline. Realm gets the chrono onto 2. The Vengeful Spirit inside. The Fiend's Grip once again uninterrupted. Vanscore's gonna get it the full duration. Wraith King crits, half of Faceless Void HP gone. And now coming in for the buyback. Vasia's down, not gonna be returning. 2 heroes down. It's down to 3 heroes remaining to hold the base. Malrine is held inside a nightmare. The stun does go out onto the Monkey King. He is strong, but they're ignoring him completely. Locust down. 2 versus 4. 2 versus 4. 1 versus 4. And it's him. It's GG. Fantastic Five are unable to force the upset against Nemiga. And in the end, the stronger counterpart takes this one. Nemiga secure the series 2-1 with a reverse sweep and keep their hopes alive. By this victory, Nemiga looks to be safe in for the second season, for the second tour of this DPC.
Yeah, and in the end there, Kirtish, he gave Malrine a taste of his own medicine. A guy that got two ultra kills in this game gives up his life for an ultra kill for Kirtish there. He was dropping down the items. If this was a pub, that would probably be the mentality most of the players would be in. Like, I don't want to play this game anymore. What just happened? We should have won this one, and in the end, they didn't. Nemiga, just a perfect play coming out from them. I have to say, the Chosen One, Vanscore, they really did an amazing job, not only in that fight, but Vanscore also with itemization. He got the jungle item for the cast range as well. And then the Faceless Void, usually when you go into the Chronosphere, you want to use the BKB so that they can't do anything to you, right? But then you just get Fiend's Grip and there's nothing that can save you because the Bane is so far away. I just liked how Nemiga approached that one. They hit their timings perfectly, and they win the game as well.
Vanscore was such a big impact in this, and I could almost say that thanks to the Faceless Void being well, you could say thanks to him in a sense that because the way he acted, it enabled Vanscore's game, and he comes out with the best play of the game. And twice in the course of this series. So 2 maps 2 great plays, turning around the game for Nemiga. And because of that reason alone, I would just say Vanskor was the MVP, the man of these hours. Not even man of the hour, several hours of MVP performance for Vanskor. Great plays, enabled his team when they needed it the most. You could say that game 3, they really needed it in that team fight. They got it.
And just also mental perseverance. Again, coming back to the point that you stated, okay, now they might be thinking we might get relegated, guys. This is a problem. How do we win this game? And they just keep their cool. They hold their position on the triangle, the only safe place they had on the map. They break one smoke. They go for the smoke themselves, and there they find the fight. That is mental perseverance, actually worthy of even some tier 1 teams right now. So I'm really glad that Nemiga did manage to keep their cool. I can't say I'm glad that Fantastic 5 lost, because as you said, we kind of like underdogs winning here, but still seeing 2 comebacks, it just goes to show how much Nemiga knew what they needed to do to win here, and no matter what kind of pressure was on them, they just continued pushing forward.
No, an underdog or no underdog, I do have to say, all of the people rooting for Nemiga in Game 3, what a roller coaster of emotions that must have felt like when you're kind of like, why did the laning stage go like this, man? Oh, what a chrono again. Oh, we're losing this. Wait, Vanskor? He's getting a Fiend Script full duration. What's going on? He's actually grabbing this guy. Whoa, they're winning this team fight. What the heck just happened? Now they're feeding kills. We've got this Vengeful Spirit respawning back in the bot lane. Guys, come and help me. We can actually win this one. You see TP's coming on the outpost. Viewers going absolutely nuts. They're basically just, punching the wall right at that point. Like, what's going on? We're actually turning this around from a 10k deficit to a 10k lead in 5 minutes. In just 5 minutes. That's how fast games can turn in Division 2, apparently. And it baffles. It definitely baffles a bit, like, how that is possible. And we really would like to see that in the interview as well. So we're going to take a tiny break as we're still waiting for the interview to be set up. So we shall return in a couple minutes to at least inform who's going to be in the interview, what we're going to talk about. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Don't disappear anywhere.